Welcome to Warriors of the Heart. Are you ready to start living your dream? A warrior of the heart is a woman who's committed to following her heart to create an extraordinary life. I'm Sloan, and we are going through the warrior's journey. This is the methodology that I created to help you move through change and to show you the steps and show you how to change anything in your life. Now, we've been through the first two phases. So the first phase was preparation, figuring out what your dreams are, educating yourself and up-leveling your mindset, and finally facing yourself, seeing the truth about how you've been showing up and creating the results that you had. The next step is the crossroads, or taking the leap, making the decision to move forward towards achieving your dreams. And now here we are at the final phase of growth and change. And this is a really exciting time. It can also be a really challenging time. So we're gonna go through it step by step. After you make the decision to move forward and you walk into the fire of fear, the place that you're walking is into the unknown. The fire of fear is a time when you have to get comfortable with uncertainty. And simultaneously, you're building in belief. Now, building in belief means you're building your life or building in this new area of your life with the true belief inside that you can have what it is that you set out to get. Now, the thing to really understand is that this growth cycle, this change cycle, is about action. You have to be actually taking action here. So while the steps before might have been prep, might have been thinking about things, you're actually taking action to get the result that you want. And as you build, you have to do new action. So have you heard this saying that it's insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over and expect new results? That's why at the crossroads, you usually have to give something up and take some risk, because in this building phase, you've got to be taking new action. That might be seeking out new relationships. That might be trying to get clients, actually picking up the phone to call them and get business. It might be any number of things that you hadn't tried before, and now you're taking action to get this new result in your life. So let me give an example. Maybe you've made a big investment in your business and you spent every last cent that you had. You burned the ships. There is no way back. You have to go forward and make that money back, or you're going to go out of business. This is the fire of fear. This is the stress and fear and darkness of the unknown. It can be so hard, and usually the hardest thing to deal with is ourselves and our own minds. And this is the place you've got to make sure you don't turn back. You keep looking forward. So while you're experiencing this, you have to be building in belief. That means taking new actions to take advantage of that investment you just made, to do everything in your power to make it work, so you can make that money back and more, and your company can keep operating. That could look like calling people for business you never would have called before, or hiring new staff to increase your production or sales. And remember, the energy that you take action in matters. So it's a total mind game here. How can you keep yourself in the energy of, I know this is going to work out. I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. And I'm experiencing gratitude because it's already done. That's the energy you need in this growth phase after you've taken the leap at the crossroads. So I want you to ask yourself, when you're in this building phase, who do I need to be? What do I need to do? And how can I show up in a different way than I ever have before in order to get the result that I want? So are you wondering how you figure that out? How do you figure out what showing up in a different way would look like? It really just means taking a different action than you were taking before. Remember, your thoughts create your actions, and that create your reality. So you've got to take new actions if you want to have a new experience. Now, usually there's a lot of ups and downs here. We try things that don't work. We have experiences we don't like. There's also the ups. There are things that are amazing. And the thing that you have to remember is your vision. You remember that deep inside, because you know it can happen and you know it's possible for you. And here's the thing. This is not easy. Change is not easy. Think of all the horrible situations people have that they stay in because they'd rather stay there than face the unknown of change. I'll be honest and tell you, I've had times of huge change where I sat there thinking my life would never get better. I remember one relationship I ended where I literally thought my life was ruined forever, like it would never get better. I've sobbed on the floor of my house when I was in complete terror about how I was going to come up with the money to pay one of my coaches. And my life got exponentially better after that relationship ended. And working with the coach was one of the best financial decisions I've ever made. But of course, I couldn't know either of those things at the time. I was in the unknown of the fire of fear, and all I could do was have a little freak out and then start to take action with the belief that I was doing the right thing. And so here's the thing I promise you. One day, somehow, some way, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be living your dream. It will happen if you persevere, no matter what. So when you finally come to the place where you're living your dream, you will find that it is more amazing than you ever could have imagined. There are details you couldn't have known about. There are circumstances that are greater than you could have dreamed. And then you come to the last step of the warrior's journey. The last step is the new crossroads. And again, we ask ourselves, what else do I want? What's another blind spot I have that I'm not able to see? What's another place in my life that I can grow and expand and make even more magnificent than I ever thought? And so the warrior's journey begins again, back to dreaming, educating, and on. This is the journey of growth, of change in life, and of reaching for something bigger and better and more amazing than what you currently have. And you have support. Let us support you. As you're in the fire of fear, reach out in our community, comment below, talk about where you are, what you're experiencing. Let's get to know each other and let's all share this journey together. You are so welcome here in our community of Warriors of the Heart. I'm really excited to hear from you. Make sure you hit subscribe so you'll be one of the first to know about the new videos that we release every Tuesday. And I am delighted to have you here.